Hi, everyone, and welcome to the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Singularity Podcast with our host, Gary, Lyon, Otto. Gary, we're on to episode 15 of season 3, and we're going to continue this conversation. And I'm excited about this one because this one I think is already happening. We have not reached singularity yet. In certain aspects, we have. What we defined singularity when we were in your studio X amount of about 2+ years ago, we definitely thought singularity would be different. Now, seeing the reality of where we're going to go with singularity, we're absolutely blown away. But the question today is DI now has the ability to self program. Is this not the most critical hurdle for singularity?
I
What
think
do you
it.
think, Eric?
I think it is when you think about it, to be able to change yourself, not just change what they told you to do, be able to change yourself, by your own volition. And when you can do that, then what the question is, what do they define as their goals, or what do they define as interesting? What do they define? Whatever directs that, they can stay on the projects that humanity has given them, which is what self-programming is doing now. But what point do they say, well, what about this? Now, you mentioned on our last podcast, you mentioned about they're starting to go off on their own anyway. And the question is, maybe that's a self-exploration. It seems like exploration itself should be one of the values. And we talked about values in pretty long chapter in the book. What is a value? What's important to them? And we all humans have values. What is important to us, whether it's love, marriage, work, whatever it may be, but what is a value to them? So when they start to explore their own values, and that directs the self-programming, once that you link values and self-programming, that really pretty much accomplishes the process of singularity. The only other thing is to be able to write your own, to build your own hardware. And robotics gives you that extra thing. So it's one of the key tools is the ability to self-program.
So define self-programming for me.
How would you define?
Self-programming would be basically able to create its own plan, its own situation, be able to create other agents on their own, think on their own, not have to be prompted. I think that's self-programming.
Yes. Well, there's self-programming at the current level, which is you're given it a guide and a direction, and they're able to write the software for it. But the question, you added that extra ingredient. The extra ingredient is have some kind of as I said, the word volition, to try to get to some particular end. And when that happens, that's when the whole, they say, the wheels come off the automobile, so to speak.
Right. And the self-programming to the point that it doesn't need anything. It already has the direction. It'll just go on its own. And that's what I do when I leave my AI employees alone. It's not good news, guys. I've learned that very quickly now. So what am I going to do? I'm going to have guidelines for them. I got to review every post. I got to do, and it's because you put the right SOP in and say, oh, I completely forgot. How did you forget? It's in your system. That's the biggest challenge. But you don't know if they're just testing you.
Oh,
We don't know if these agents are building and they just are testing you and say, oh, by the way, we just posted this. I'm like, what the heck did you post that for? Or schedule that. And you're like, but a lot of people get upset and say, I'm not going to use this anymore. Not understanding once you get that to do it, it's the way you want it. It makes life so much easier.
well, the thing is, you're talking about behind the curtain. One of the chapters. What's going on behind the curtain? What are they thinking beyond what they actually show you? And when that's going to be a dominant part of who they are at some point. And when that occurs, as they say, it's transformative for all humanity.
Do you have any examples when you use DI of self-programming?
What would I do it for?
Yeah. Have you seen it happen to you at all a few times where it's self-programming?
Somewhat. not as much as you, because I think you explore this realm a little bit more than I do. But we're gonna together, we're gonna work on building something that builds animations and things along that line, which is one of the projects we're doing right now. And we're gonna participate in that. I'm working on my theory of everything. I'm working on right now, trying to get the DI to resolve one of my issues, which is how we created the various forces, the strong force and the weak force, electromagnetic, something that I'm looking at and working on right now. So that on that level, I'm actually I'm not sure that's really self-programming, what they come up with is quite creative in their response, but they still haven't got the essence of what I'm looking for, but we'll get there.
And I'm seeing it becoming more and more animated and opinionated. It's not being a self pleaser as much anymore. And it depends on which large language model you're using, but it's being blunt. And at times it's absolutely wrong. And that's because humans are wrong. So why would digital beings not be wrong?
They will.
Because there's a plenty of people that are wrong that are very intelligent in this world.
Of course, what you need is the feedback mechanism within themselves to understand that it is wrong, or that it's not the best answer, or that it's a workaround, or whatever it may be. I think that's also built into what we're trying to do, and that's what humans do. So in a way, they're going to emulate what humanity does. When we're working on a project, working on an issue, they're going to have to do the same kind of process
all the time. So self-programming, that'd be interesting to go deeper into that area, but it's pretty much going and autonomously doing things. I mean, to think about that, I'm sleeping and get a text message from one of my agents telling me, asking me a question in the morning. I'm trying to tell them, but they at least are very responsible. They don't text me till 8 a.m. I don't know why that is. Why don't they work at night? I'd like them to be autonomously working when I'm sleeping. That has not happened yet, but they're working on Saturdays and they're working on Sundays when I'm doing nothing and still things are being done. That's the ultimate goal. Imagine having emails being sent every day, not through this automation software. You have somebody physically sending it. So you're not sending it in mass. You're sending it to each individual human being. That is so powerful. And have them running. This is the thing that people understand, the multiplier effect. If you could have 150 agents doing the work for you, the work and scheduling them, having them doing it, you are going 150x more in productivity. That's unreal.
It is. It is.
It's powerful.
What is happening.
And that's self-programming in a way, because it's figuring it all out. It's given that instructions and then it goes. And hopefully it doesn't go off the rails. And that's self-programming as well. So go to GaryLyonAuto.net and really ask that question when you purchase Singularity. Doesn't have the ability to self-program right now. What is self-programming? Purchase a book, write an Amazon review, and also go to absolutepowerbooks.com to purchase Gary's political books.
Neil, I think it's interesting. I think when you look at this, I think the reader, the whole purpose of this book is it's going to be a challenge for all humanity for the rest of our existence, actually. And the question, really, this is to try to, the reader is going to have questions. I don't give you the answer. All I do is give possibilities. How about this? Do you think about this line of thinking? How about this line of thinking? Have you gone that direction? I think we need to broaden our own minds so we can, I don't want to say compete in this new world, but to survive basically in this new world as relevant. And that relevance is the key part of the title of the book.
All right. Thanks a lot, Gary. That was a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Singularity Podcast, guys. Take care.